Hey guys, welcome to our Life to the Full Tuesday night call. We're so happy to have you here. Tim and I are here together tonight, which is super fun treat for me. Will yet to be decided if it's a fun treat for him. So we also just came from the gym, from body combat class. Tim is a super trooper because he comes with me to body combat and is the only guy in the class. So he's used to being a guy in a woman's world, I guess. I don't know. That's like a weird thing to say.
Apparently men are afraid of going. I don't know.
So Tim is all about paving the way where men go. Can you hear him when he talks? Go ahead, say something.
Can you hear me?
Okay, cool. Just because I know he's quieter than me. Okay, so tonight we have a special treat having Tim on here. You guys get to hear me talk. You get to hear Alexis and Emily and Brandy and other people, some great ladies that we've had on here. But we've never got to have a guy come on our team call. Some of you guys have heard from Phil Milakovic, who is amazing, and we love him. But I wanted to get a chance to bring Tim. Tim is my husband, for those of you who don't know, to bring him on the call and just to let him share a little bit about his experience with our experience with Plexus, if that makes sense. So you guys have heard me say before that when I kind of found Plexus, I was looking for supplements for him specifically, just to help him get healthy in a natural way without having to go on meds right away, being in his early 30s. Now I guess he's in his mid-30s, but anyway, so we found Plexus. We were looking for supplements, and then basically I said really nervously, like, should I do this like wholesale and maybe try to make money back? And Tim basically answered with like a resounding, heck yes, you should, basically. So I'm going to let him share a little bit about that. We'll do it semi-interview style just so that I can kind of ask him some questions and he'll share. And also, you guys know that we recently got to go on a trip to Arizona with Silver Stars and go see the headquarters. And so I'd love for him to get to share a little bit about that with you. So welcome. I'm Allie. If I didn't say that, this is Tim, if you've never been on here. So Tim, do you want to share a little bit about when we started, kind of like why you gave that big yes to us doing wholesale and trying to get our products covered?
Okay. So I have known people in the past who have done network marketing things, and I've seen their success. You know, I've watched them. They've invited me to things, and it's been several different people. And there's one person, he got involved, and he kind of invited us, to do something with him, and it didn't exactly work out that great. But for us, it was I mean, the bottom line for that stuff was it was all about selling stuff, and like it wasn't like anything we were particularly interested in, and it was just he kind of tried to sell stuff through like a web portal, and people got a little bit of money from it, and it was kind of complicated, and but that kind of worked out for them, and whatever, and they pushed hard, and they were successful with it, and so that was just one thing, and there's a few other things that I've seen people be successful with, and
in network marketing.
Yeah, network marketing. So I've seen probably 3 different companies, 3 or 4 different people and families that were involved with it, and they were, they're flat out like millionaires from it. They made it to the top.
Right.
And that was cool. That was encouraging, and we got to know them personally. But like none of the stuff was anything that like kind of grabbed our attention, and so it kind of just like faded out, and and like those people they continued on, and so then we're kind of starting this health journey and trying to figure out what sort of supplements, natural things, lifestyle could help me, like in particularly, because I had such bad eating habits and everything, and like high cholesterol, blood pressure, and all that stuff. And it's been getting better. I'm still not as awesome at doing this stuff as my wife is, but because she's amazing, and yeah. So
So needless to say, so when we started, you believed in network marketing in general.
yes.
Right. And you thought this would be a good fit for us because it was products that we were looking for and we were interested in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when we found these products, like I saw the business model and like the compensation plan, and I was like, wow, like this is really like nothing like I've seen before. And so I told her, like, well, if we're gonna start doing this, like just, join as an ambassador, like to start with anyways, because, we're gonna be taking this stuff anyways. So, and if it works out, that's great. And if it doesn't, okay. And
right.
so here we are now, over a year later, and it's been phenomenal. And I'm glad we did it.
Yeah. So if you've been skeptical of network marketing in general, the first time that he was interested in that company he talked about, I was like, man, that's like pyramid scheme. That's creepy. This is not something I want to be associated with. And he was like, Allie, this is like the way of the future. This is a good business model. And I still was like, put the nix on it. But when I found something I could be passionate about and excited about and something that I was already interested in, I basically was like, okay, I'm about this. I see why this is important. And he brought that, yes, I've been telling you all along that you could do this. So not just in the business model, but in us, that we could do this. So, all right.
Yeah. So that's the difference though. Like it had to be something that was met with like good quality, something that's going to affect your life that for the better, change your life. And, there's so many things about Plexus, like not just the products. I mean, the products are way beyond amazing, like much, much more awesome than I thought they would be. And, and not only that, like the community, like I've seen her grow so much, just with all, the friends and people she's gotten back in touch with, and, and all you women out there. So like, it's had such a positive impact on our family life and our marriage, and like, it's just this stuff and, in the community, like I couldn't have imagined, it turning out any better than it did. So
yeah, well, and so that really hit me. So when we were leaving to go to Silver Stars, so Silver Stars was a trip that we earned. 3 people earned it a month for the company, and we earned it in May. And so in July, we were headed out to Silver Stars. So when we went to the airport, and I was just like, Tim, are you excited? And basically he said to me, and it just hit me, he was like, I always believed that you could do this, that you could do network marketing. I believed that these products were good because we were already looking for supplements. He's like, but exactly what he just said, this exceeded my expectations in the community, the personal growth that you've had, like you are becoming like the best version of yourself. And that was, first of all, super sweet to hear. But then it was also really exciting. So Tim actually graduated from college with a degree in pastoral ministry. Like that, he said to me, he's like, you have a PGP. I'm like, what the heck is that? Is this something you learned at college?
No.
Oh, okay, whatever. Personal growth plan. I don't know. I never heard of that before. A personal growth plan.
Made it up.
Oh, he made it up. He's a smart guy. Okay. So he was like, you have a personal growth plan. Like you're growing, you're becoming the person that I always knew that you could be. And so that was like awesome for me to hear. And he's like, and now we're like winning trips and getting to like go do this
like
fun stuff.
Like this was the thing that ignited this passion, these gifts and abilities that I think God has given her that were within her, but it's brought it to within her reach, and now she's doing it, and she's developing, becoming like all the, I don't know, it's way more than I thought. Like I knew it was there, but like it's so cool to watch and see it unfold.
And I love seeing that. And that's what we love about this, right? Like I love seeing that unfold in you guys. Like that's what we're so passionate about on this team. That's why it's called Life to the Full, becoming the person you were made to be, because this is just an avenue of that, right? This is an avenue where you get to step into different strengths and different giftings, and it's different for all of us. So just because I'm good at one thing and you might be good at something else, like we all bring our strengths to the table. We work together as a team to help each other and other people meet their health goals, and then to meet their personal goals as well. That's what we love. All right, so Tim, tell me a little bit about Silver Stars. What were some things that stood out to you? What impacted you the most? Like a couple of highlights maybe. What did you think about the people we met, or just the place we went to? Give us a couple of key things.
Well, the place, I'll just start with this. Basically, they treat you like as honored guests, as, almost like royalty in a way. I'm not trying to be like cheesy, but I guess honored, like very honored guest is probably the most accurate thing, So, they bring you to like this top-notch resort that's there, which is
gorgeous,
totally cool and awesome. Then they take you on this tour of their office, their facility, and like I've been in a lot of corporate headquarters and hedge fund office buildings and stuff like that around Greenwich and New York City, and theirs is right up there with the best of them. And like that just says that they want to do everything that they do with excellence. And when you meet the people, like when I ride in elevators in the city for my job and everything, and if you're not in a suit, like people, they don't look at you or talk to you, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't give you a good vibe. But when you go there and you walk in, like you're a guest of honor, and
we're not jewels. Like,
yeah.
I mean, seriously, they made this huge investment for us and for our team to be able to go there and see this.
Yeah. And so, they're ready and open, letting you ask them, questions, like anything. They're very personable, and we met Tarl.
Tarl, who's one of the founders and the CEO of Plexus. So we got to have lunch with him.
And so, and like I really enjoyed meeting him because I kind of resonated with his personality. He's quiet, soft-spoken guy, but he's candid. He's honest and truthful, and I just got this sense of a lot of like respect and caring about him and his personality, toward us. Integrity, definitely. Yeah. So,
yeah, cool.
Anything else about that?
Anything else about like the community, like even there seeing?
So normally, so we went there, we toured the facility, and then I don't want to give everything away because it's kind of
because we know some people on this team are going to earn this, you guys. So Tim thinks let it be a surprise for them. But go ahead. Yeah.
So like after you tour the facility, then you hop in this bus that they bring you around and stuff, and then they take you out to lunch. And normally, like if there's a few people that won their couples and everything, like the van is full, and Tarl will go there like in a separate car, or whoever's gonna eat lunch with you. And but he hopped in the van with us, and like we just had like normal conversations, and like I don't know, it was really neat.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So like I'm not one to get hyped up about like celebrities and famous people. So I don't know.
But it was cool.
It was great. So.
And Tim was just talking to Tarl like they're friends. He's like, we're singing lunch. He's like, so Tarl, what do you do for fun? Like just like hanging out. And you know what he said? I do stuff with this company and my kids, my family. Like that's what he's all about, And so it was so exciting to see that like trickle down from the top, right? Like this community that we have. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, Tim, if there's anything that you could share with like husbands or boyfriends or, guys who are having like maybe they're thinking about the business or that they have their wife, their girlfriend or whatever doing this business, what kind of like encouragement would you give to them about this?
The products are great. There's no lack in quality. There's the company, like they're not going to let you down. They're on top of their quality control, their research. we got to see how they test their own products after they come through and they're delivered, and everything gets, tested and sorted out there, and it's not mailed out till it's approved by them, and like retesting it. Like it was a really, thorough and in-depth operation. So like product wise, like you're not going to find anything better than this. Compensation wise, like it's great. It really works. It's been helping us like financially, like in our lives too. And if you have any, hesitations or anything, like I would just say, step aside, like, and just let her do it. you know, Not just step aside, but like, get involved and make a way for her to do it, and just, and be encouraging to them, because, like I was on board right from the beginning, and I've been trying to do things, like, work extra or watch the kids more. And, we've tried to be a team from the beginning, to make this, work for us, because, we really believe in it. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, just sharing from the heart, like it's working.
Yeah. And let yourself dream, right? Do you think that you've been able to like dream more, or reawaken some of that stuff that we've, always thought about, like, since doing this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, going to convention last year, I didn't go to the past one, but the last year I went, and after that, they do a lot of things that are like, fun and exciting, and, but like they let the ambassadors, do it, share the products with people, freely, and I don't know, the way that's just, I don't know, it's loving, it's caring, it's
Authentic.
investing in them, it's authentic, it's, nothing like I've seen in any other space. Like I worked for Apple, like in their retail store, and I used to sell computers for a little while. And, you're trained to say certain things and do certain things, and all these cues and whatever. And like, you kind of still feel like there's an element of fakeness, like, but with this, if you're taking the product and being a product of the product, like there's no fakeness, like you're just sharing openly and honestly. And so if you have any hesitations about that, like, you got to try it out.
Yeah.
The active is like amazing.
Right. So Tim, like
if you're a skeptic about any of the other products, you got to try the active. So
because you feel it right away. So Tim has actually given active to guys at work, because he's like, dude, just try this. Like, trust me. And because they're all drinking energy drinks, right? They're getting coffee, they're getting Red Bull, and he's like, dude, just trust me.
Come on, and don't say, oh, it's, I don't know, what is it, like $2 a packet or something
right.
like that. Like I had somebody say to me, oh, well, it's kind of expensive. I'm like, oh my gosh, you just bought a soda for like $2.15, at the store for lunch. Like,
yeah.
And that's all sugar and high fructose corn syrup. You're gonna tell me that this, it's a lame excuse to say that it's too expensive, because, it's really not.
It's not expensive. I mean, we have always been like on a budget or in the hole, basically. And when we started this, I mean, I let Tim drink 2 pink drinks a day when we started, because I was like, it's better than you picking up a Coke in the afternoon. And he was like, yeah. And it was fine. It replaced it. It replaced 5-hour energy. So like, as far as the products working, like we're running out, and he'll tell me, he's like, you gotta get more products because we're running out. And I'm like, okay, sorry, but
yeah. And so things that I've experienced, from taking the products is, better blood pressure. I don't know if anyone else has felt this, but like before taking any of the pink drink or the triplex and stuff, I'd have this like kind of brain fog, throughout the morning and early afternoon. Like, and I don't know what it was from or whatever, but you know, since taking this stuff, like I haven't experienced that. And like headaches, I can't really tell you the last time I had a headache.
Thing of the past.
Yeah, it's like very, very few and far between.
And since you started, has your doctor put you on cholesterol or blood pressure meds? No, they keep pushing it back. So I've told you guys this before, but from the horse's mouth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to give a couple minutes. If anybody has any questions, like if you have a specific question, maybe you feel like you have guys in your life who are interested but not willing to take the plunge, and you have a question, you can unmute yourself and we'll put Tim on the spot a little bit if you wanted to ask anything at all. So just give a couple minutes for that, and then we will end. Or any question about Silver Stars or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah.
Go ahead. You can say something if you want, but just unmute yourself and we'll talk while we wait. Go ahead.
No, so the other couple that we met while we were there, like, I don't know, it was just like we hit it off, you know, pretty much from the start. You know, it wasn't like super competitive because we're, you know, kind of not in the same team or whatever. You know, I mean, she knows about that. Like, I'm kind of
what? You're kind of what?
No, but it wasn't, you know, like, so I'm thinking about that because the other people that I know in the network marketing circles, I messaged them and I asked them, you know, for advice. I said, you know, my wife and I are kind of starting this new thing, and do you have any advice for somebody just kind of getting into it? And one of the ladies responded, basically, I really enjoy, you know, my company, and she kind of just like brushed me off because it's like competition for them. So like right from the get-go, like I'm like, all right, thanks for no advice at all. Like,
yeah. And so even, right, like just, I think Plexus people in general, and this trickles down from the top, because even when we were sitting there at lunch with Tarl and Tim asked him something about like, I don't know, kind of like sharing space with other network marketing companies. And Tarl was talking about how they've invited people in, they've been invited into other companies.
Yeah,
and that
the question was, are you afraid of other people coming here and stealing secrets?
And what did he say? No.
Right? He said no. He said because they're not going to do it as well as us.
Right. They're not going to do it as well as us. And he was like, we consider this a shared space. Like, we believe in the network marketing industry. So from the top down, they're not about competition. They're like, look, we want to do what we do really well, and we're not worried about everybody else, you know, and nobody really can compete with what we have right now in the health industry. So you guys, like, these products are for real. So does anybody have any questions? Because we'll turn it off, or comments. So, all right, Tim, do you believe that this is an industry just for women?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you believe that Plexus is just for women, even though it's pink?
No, I'm, you know, I've been thinking in my own head, like, how to approach other guys and stuff, because I think guys are, you know, men are super results driven, and you know, they want to see, you know, your results like right up front, you know, obvious. They want to see, like, I don't know, bulging muscles or something. Like, it's weird, you know, and I'm trying to think about that and like think about how to approach people, you know, at work and stuff like that. So I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah. My advice would be, if you have a husband or somebody who is a little bit skeptical, ask them for their ideas. Some of my best ideas I get from Tim because we think differently, right? So he has these like big scale ideas of getting pictures taken and talking to these people we know who are in photography, and building our network, growing our network, helping people dream, helping people see the vision, helping people get their health. So invite them into the conversation, because I was afraid about asking Tim, even though I knew he liked network marketing, but I was nervous. I felt like, is this going to be like a thing? And he was supportive, and I will ask his ideas. And there are moments where he's like, oh my goodness, you have to do this, you have to do that, because we're busy, right? But when it comes down where I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Or we talk about our dreams. So like, talk about your dreams together. What could this do if we could get our health under control? What could this do if we can make some extra income, right? What could this do for us? So dream a little bit together. Ask them their dreams, right? Think about the dreams that you've had together, and then ask them their goals, their health goals, and then think about, you know, what this could be, and then ask them their ideas for your business. I know some other people in there on our team that their spouses have some ideas about the business. So like get them involved with it, because we've seen other network marketing companies where it's mostly men. So Plexus just right now, it's mostly women, but that doesn't have to be the case. And I shared with you guys after convention, I have a vision, I have a dream. It's written down in my notebook. It's going to be on my dream board that I want to have the most diverse team in Plexus. And that has to do with people from every place, and men and women, because I think that what we have here is something special. And that's why part of the reason too, I wanted to just bring Tim on and start to get that conversation going. You know, like guys are super conscious about their health. Guys are super open to energy drinks and all these things. So thank you, Tim, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Love you. And yeah, so Tim is going to be a little bit more present on like the team page. We're going to be talking about how we can have some resources for guys. So if you have had guys who've joined or guys who are interested in joining just for the products, we're going to talk about sort of like a space for them to be able to share with each other. So get ready, be looking out for those things. And if you ever feel like you have a guy who wants to talk to another guy, then we have people who can do that too. You know, we have Tim, we have some other like husbands and men who are involved in Plexus who are interested in helping.
I'll just say one more thing too. Like for anyone who isn't, you know, like regularly going to the bathroom like easily, like that's been helpful.
We talk about poop all day long over here, Tim. Okay, it's okay. But you know what? If you have guts, you need Plexus, and guys got guts too. So thank you guys for taking the time to jump on. Thank you for listening. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. And we are here to help see you succeed, to help see you live the full life that you desire, and to help you to become the person you were made to be in every area of your life. Okay, so thank you guys, and have an awesome night.
Peace
out, friends.